Oil change, and that motor took 5 quarts. That was interesting. Probably end up topping it off with just a little bit more, so I left that over here. And I decided these chains need some attention. This is some stuff I've been using long enough for this to sit in the shop and get rusty. Liquid wrench chain lube. Works pretty good. I like it. It doesn't get slung off the chain, it stays on the chain. What I do, put a rubber glove on, take paper towel like that. I've already cleaned this one and lubed it, but I clean it with wire brush and then just like spray it like that and rub it all around on it and it gets in there. But what I noticed with this chain is this thing's too loose. You don't want it binding tight. You'll eat up the bearings, but look at this. That's too loose. I got a little bit of adjustment left back here on this, so I'm going to tighten it a little bit. And yeah, I already broke that loose. And praise God, it's a stove type bolt back there. Alright, let's see. Yep, that's about. Took some of it out. Yeah, that slid down right much. Okay, think about that for a minute. Go back that way. Yeah, and now tighten that back up. Now I want that sucker good and tight. So that is such a cool trick. Old mechanic showed that to me, how you can hook a box into an open end and now you got a long leverage device. Of course, be careful, don't let it go sideways with you. There. And that's good and tight. Come on, French, thank you. And that took about half of that out of there. I'm good with that. You don't want the thing binding tight. It will get into the bearings on these things. Alright. Next one over here is this chain here. I already popped the guard off of it. So I'll just take that wire brush like that, and that gets all that soybean cake off of it. And I discovered something. I've been watching Do Farms a Bit. Cool channel. That guy's steady on doing stuff, staying busy, enjoying his life. But he's rebuilding an antique open station Oliver combine. And that thing's got a lot of pieces of wood on it. And he's actually gone and bought some real nice wood and refabricated those pieces to replace them. But I just discovered something on this John Deere 3300. That's a piece of wood right there that chain rides on. And there's another piece of wood right there that the chain rides on. I thought that was pretty cool. That's what it reminded me of. Was that channel name is DU, all one word, Farms a Bit. You can find him in my subscriber list if you want to go check him out. That he's got, I'm not sure, but I think he's up to part 60 on this combine restoration. He's done a fantastic job on it. Go check him out. But anyhow, just take your wire brush, run over your chain. Getting down in there is going to be fun. I hadn't done these chains in a couple of years. Now this one I wouldn't want that any tighter, but the way to tighten it is right here. And I'm gonna leave that alone. I'll knock a little bit of the soybean dust off of it for fun. Wire brush, good tool. And right here, you would change, there's a large sprocket and a small sprocket, and that's how you change the speed on the feeder house drum, if I'm thinking about that correctly. Yeah, that's how you would do that. The power feeding this shaft right here comes from over there. Shaft comes through. You're taking power off of this right here and carrying it up to here, and that's what's putting power to the top of the feeder house. The drum's down there, but the conveyor all through here, you can see it right in there, that right there. And I've got that tightened up to where it's not dragging on here. When I first got the combine, it was dragging here, and that's the drum right down in there. And there's two settings on that, tall open for corn and low and closed up for small grains. And figured out when this was too loose, that's what was causing that to jump. And I do not want that to happen again. That was not fun, having to pull the platform off so I could access it from here to fix it. Not fun. Don't want to do that. But that's how that works. Alright, that knocks a lot of the dust off of that. And now we'll get us, let's see, is this one any good? Yeah, that'll work. Got a little dirt on it from where I was wiping something, but it'll be alright. Hold that like that. Get this like this. Come up under there and spray that on there like that. Alright, now you were spraying so good just a minute ago. Don't do that. Thank you. And then rub it on there. Up under here. No, don't do that. Spray. But this is pretty much what you do, just work your way up and down the chain like this with this lubricant, so your chain don't get rusty. And your chain needs to flex on a end like that going around a small sprocket. And if it's rusted up and don't flex, that's where it's going to break on a small sprocket, because that's where it's got the most curvature in it. But I'm still working my way. I'll get the whole chain before I finish. Just doing it like that. Well, won't bore you with all of this. We'll move on. I'll finish this and I'll pick you up somewhere else on another maintenance issue on the machine.